Hey guys, this is Tom, and if you're new to my channel, I make videos that help you empower your higher self and manifest your dream life. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Neville Goddard's 4-step imagination process. It's going to really teach you how to use your imagination to create your own reality and really manifest any of the desires, any of the goals, any of the big dreams you have and that you really want to show up in your everyday waking life. This is going to be a really simple, practical, straightforward, no BS kind of video. I want you to be able to leave by the end of it with a clear action plan that you can implement today to start getting results from this practice. And in applying it in my own life, amongst many other law of attraction techniques, which I cover on my channel, I've really gotten some amazing results such that I'm standing here right now with a passionate job, with a really fulfilling intimate relationship, with uplifting friends, and an ever-deepening spiritual connection to life. Now, I'm not saying any of this to brag whatsoever. I'm just getting started on my own journey. I'm still very much an amateur in applying this vast, deep field of knowledge. But it's really exciting to see some stuff that you really have wanted for so long manifest in your real life. And it's my hope that the same can happen for you, such that we can all expand our lives positively together. Alright, let's get straight into the process. So step 1 is select a desire. You have to ask yourself, what do I really want? What do I really want to manifest? What do I really want to achieve in my life? Now, if you're anything like me, this kind of question stumped me and intimidated me because I always associated choosing a desire with a sense of life purpose or some big ambition or passion. And I used to think, I don't know what my purpose or passion is. How do I know if I'm selecting the right thing to manifest in my life? I'm going to have to take a lot of time with this. I'm going to have to make this really perfect. But what I found is that you don't have to be a perfectionist when it comes to selecting your desire. It really is total freedom to you. Anything goes. As long as it lights you up inside and it's a positive prospect for you, then it can be selected. Whether it's a big thing, whether it's a small thing, anything goes. So have that freedom to just choose to trust yourself in this process of selecting something to manifest. In saying that, it does help to spend 20 to 30 minutes sitting down with a pen and a piece of paper to reflect on the question, what do I really want? You will surprise yourself by the number of things that do pop out at you, and you'll have a really good clue on where to go with this. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is, once you have the desire that you want to manifest, is to construct a realistic event or scene from the future as the you having realized this desire in your real life. So the desire is already achieved, and a key scene you're going to write down about it on a piece of paper such that it captures this very sense of achievement, such that the desire is done effectively. So what are some examples of this? Well, one will be if you wanted a promotion at work, you may write a scene about yourself sitting in a meeting room, one that you've been in many times in your office, and sitting there talking to your boss, standing up, smiling at him brightly, shaking his hand, and knowing in your heart that you've just been offered your dream promotion. That's a short, simple scene. Or another scene might be you want to run a passionate dream business of yours as an entrepreneur. This is a bigger goal, and it's something that's a little bit more difficult to select something specific, but such a scene in this situation could be you sitting in a new office at your desk looking at your computer, and you've got your financial spreadsheet up and you're seeing lots of green dollar signs indicating the profitability of your business and the financial abundance you're enjoying. And then maybe on your desk below you've got a series of projects and new client portfolios that you're sorting through, and that is a very exciting image. But it's also a very realistic one, because if you run your own business, this is a very likely everyday scene you will find yourself in. So there are 2 examples. Now, once you have your scene written down and you know what you're going to be using in this process, we move on to step 3, and that is to slow down and to immobilize your body, as Neville says. Basically, this means it's about making it a habit every day for 5 to 15 minutes where you take yourself off to a private, quiet, relaxing space where you can be very comfortable and you can ground yourself in the present moment. It's about becoming present and peaceful because you're actually altering your brainwave states into the alpha state, which is the meditative state that's highly connected to your subconscious mind, which through the imaginal exercises you'll be doing will be impressing it with your new images of your desire coming to life. And that's the thing that is going to reshape or remold your subconscious mind such that it starts to play out in new programs, new actions, new thoughts, new emotions in your everyday life that align with your desire, that are favourable to it showing up for you. So it's key that you can just relax for this bit. Some tips for this may be to do some mindfulness meditation, maybe to play some spiritual music or a lullaby, as Neville suggests in his book. Anything that will get you relaxed and centered and grounded in the present moment such that you forget about anything else other than the imagination practice you'll be about to undertake. That's step number 3. Step number 4 is to then play out the scene in your imagination from start to finish, and once you get to the end, replay it again, start to finish, and so on until the timer plays out. So that's step number 4. Okay, so now let's cover some important tips when practicing your imaginal acts, playing out these scenes in your mind, such that you get the most powerful benefits and results from doing it. So tip number 1 is when you imagine your scene, do so from first person point of view. So you don't want to be looking at the back of your head, you don't want to be able to see your face unless you're looking at a mirror, and that's specifically from your first person point of view. So if we take the example of you sitting in your chair at your dream office looking at your computer, you want to be intimately in that chair, being able to look at your hands, seeing the computer right in front of you, and being able to look and observe the room just like normal waking reality and real life. That's point number 1. Point number 2 is to restrict the scene, to keep it nice and short, sweet, such that you can really connect to it, really focus on it, really bring it to life, which I'll talk about in a second. The reason we don't want a long scene is because these days we tend to have a very unfocused and easily distractible mind, at least speaking from my own experience. So if you paint a long scene that involves you driving to work, getting your keys out, going up the stairs, having a cup of coffee, having a little look out the window to see what noise that was, then sitting at your desk, all of that is just so excessive that you'll actually lose train of focus and you won't really be repeating the scene over and over again and really impressing it in that subconscious mind, which is the entire point. So if you have superhuman imagination abilities and focus, by all means make the scene very long, otherwise keep it nice and short. And that brings me to the next point, which is sensory vividness. So this means your 5 senses, you really want to bring the physicality of reality in your imaginal scene to life. So you want to be thinking, what am I hearing? What am I thinking? How does it taste? How does it touch? Etc. in your scene. And every time you complete a repetition, you can bring a new element of this to life more and more. But even more importantly than that is to bring the emotional vividness of the experience to life. It's the emotions of feeling it with the vividness of real life that's really going to start to reprogram your subconscious mind to play out in those favourable ways we spoke about. So, to do this, you need to capture that feeling as realistically as possible. So if you're sitting in your office in your dream business, you may be feeling fulfilled and joyful and excited, but you wouldn't be feeling so overjoyed that you just heard some ecstatic new news like you've won the lottery and you have $20 million or something of that nature. You'd be feeling good, but it doesn't have to be overboard. Just get that realistic essence at play in your scene. And finally, as you're imagining your scene, do so with a sense of lightheartedness and fun and flow. Because just like real life, you should be able to flow through your imaginal scene with ease. And if you're forcing it and becoming too rigid and getting frustrated yourself if you're not really seeing it clearly, or you keep losing it and losing your focus, things like that, it's going to get in the way of your ability to feel into it with that vividness that's so important in this process. Just remember, your imagination muscle expands drastically with practice. You will get more and more immersed in your scene and better at this as time goes on. So just keep that in the back of your mind and have some fun with this. Alrighty guys, that's all the tips, that's the steps. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, please comment, and subscribe to my channel for more videos on law of attraction, spirituality, and personal development. Thank you.